this sovereign country, and they're slaughtering men, women, and children. And all of this is happening, and Joe is still importing energy from that thug, Vladimir Putin. Makes me want to puke. It's unconscionable, because that is the lifeblood of his ability to fight this war in Europe that is getting worse every day, especially with this attack on this nuclear facility. Here's Joe Manchin and what he said.
We have to have energy independent. You cannot be the superpower of the world if you have to depend on other nations to produce your energy. And I'm just in a different place than my caucus or the colleagues or the president, and they have a hard time coming to grips that you've got to use everything you've got. You've got to use your gas, you've got to use your coal, you've got to use your oil, and you have to develop wind and solar and hydro and geothermal and hydrogen. All these things I'm for. But I'm not going to leave us in a void. Larry, I'm just not going to basically go down that path and end up like Germany did.
Okay, he's right. And it's killing his home state of West Virginia on top of it. It was interesting that he sat with Republicans at the State of the Union. Now, we have all of the exploration restrictions that Joe Biden has put on energy production in this country. We have all the drilling and fracking new requirements that make it almost impossible to have new exploration and more extraction of energy. And then the Keystone XL pipeline, and Jen Psaki, you know, just being as sarcastic and snotty as anybody can be, you know, tries to shift the blame to the energy companies. Well, they're not drilling in the wells that they have permission to drill on. Maybe they're looking for new places to drill that actually will yield a far better number in terms of the quantity of oil that they're able to extract easily and quickly. Something she would know nothing about. Listen to Psaki.
On gas, you just said that, you know, less supply raises prices. It's not in our strategic interest to reduce the supply. We also know, you know, the president just recently, yesterday, talked about increasing domestic manufacturing to bring down prices on inflated items like goods. So why not apply the same logic to energy and increase domestic production here?
Well, there are 9,000 approved oil leases that the oil companies are not tapping into currently, so I would ask them that question.
Do you think that opening the Keystone pipeline and having more energy-friendly policies might do that?
The Keystone pipeline has never been operational. It would take years for that to have any impact.
Really? Okay, years to have any impact. Well, let's get going then. How about we warp speed something, because you didn't warp speed COVID tests, and we ran out of them over Christmas. You didn't warp speed monoclonal antibodies. We ran out of those over Christmas. You didn't warp speed the antivirals that every doctor is singing the praises of. We didn't see Omicron coming. Okay, we're still losing nearly 3,000 people a day to Omicron. Great job. Anyway, Daniel Turner, founder, executive director of Power of the Future, and a national nonprofit organization, advocates for energy jobs in America. Dan Weaver, we mentioned him yesterday on the program. He's the president of the Pennsylvania Oil and Gas Association. Thank you both for being with us. I spoke about your state, Pennsylvania, and you have so much in terms of natural gas resources in your state, and your governor is putting tons of restrictions on your ability to extract it. Why?
Well, if you can come up with the answer to that, you let me know. You'll be there. I think it's just misguided. You know, much like we're dealing with on the national level, we've been fighting that for the last 8 years within, you know, our state here. We're sitting on the second largest natural gas reserve in the United States, and if you count our region, including West Virginia and Ohio, the Appalachian region up here, if we were our own country, we'd be the 8th largest natural gas producer in the world.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, that would be enough energy. This is what frustrates me the most, because they also cut off exploration and drilling in Alaska and shut down ANWR that Donald Trump had opened up. But now we're in a situation, Daniel Turner